Hang on. Let's put this in a better place. There we are. Hello, viewers. Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, put something in chat, and I just want to check if it's all running all right. So, anyway, so if I'm not saying anything on your end, say you can't hear me, but if I am, say you can, just so I can get a, oh, hello. So I'm going to take that as a yes. So, viewers, we're going to be working on our Handley page 0/400 in this video stream, and I'm probably going to set my phone up somewhere so I can record a bit of the footage so I can do the build video and things. And well, this is what we've got so far. Yeah, it is very massive, and I've built up, you can't see them on shot, but some of the ends of the wings, and they'll go there, and then there'll be a section in the middle for this. Probably even a bit wider. Yeah, big old boy. They're not quite finished, but we'll work on them later, as we've got more important matters to address, like the interior of the fuselage, which for a kit that was molded in 1967, if you've seen the unboxing, it really is quite spectacular. Look, there's detail all down, all the way up here. You'll never see any of this. I painted it because it was there. I've not finished painting it, obviously. Probably another coat or so would work better on that. And there was a reason I didn't show you the parts in the video, and I did sort of address it. Was because the bag was quite really, a lot of the parts had come off the sprues, and they were packed mostly like this. And so lots of fragile parts, and I didn't want to lose anything. But I've been so anyway, let's do some painting, shall we? Let's get our, got a bit of a messy setup at the moment. It's a chunky boy. It's a chunky boy indeed. And well, so the color we're going to be using for the main wood color is I can't actually tell you what this is, and the instructions recommend Humbrol 29. I do have Humbrol 29, but I have this, which is like a matte wood color. I thought that'd be more appropriate. It doesn't really matter. You're not going to see too much of it, but yeah. So let's give it a bit of a shake up. But this paint's already pretty much pre-thinned anyway, so. I'll have to shut the door because I don't want to be disturbed. Alright, so I don't know how long this will go on for, but it might go on longer or shorter than the other stream. We've already got footage of me painting it, so we won't need to film that. So let's start on this half here. Right. And I decided to give my stream a proper title today because the last one, it was just called Model Maniac Stream number 1. I didn't think that was particularly good. Yeah, nearly 50 subs. Yeah, we got 3 like overnight, which is good. We haven't had any for about a week, then we got 3 all at once, so that was good. But yeah, this is called. I don't like the name of this plane because it's. I find it that's just bubbles. I was checking because it's just a bit too vague. You can't really grasp. It's just called the Handley Page, which is the name of the company that make it 0/400, and it replaced the 0/100. Yeah, it is. Oh, actually, hang on. Well, that was close. Luckily, I've already spilt this paint multiple times, so there's not much actually left in it. But I got this when I went to a Battle of Britain museum. I mentioned briefly in the video that, but that museum was amazing, and because they had a surprising amount of Airfix stuff. They had a lot of die-cast Corgi stuff. They had a lot of Airfix models, and I was just looking at the stuff they had, and I just saw this kit and just thought, wow, that. Because although it was a Battle of the British Museum, they did have a small section at the end of the museum which was all about World War One stuff. And that was quite interesting. They had lots of old propellers off of Sopwiths and things. Yeah, and I decided to get this because I quite like the plane because it's an interesting thing. You don't see many things like it. I wasn't aware of how big it was being. I knew it wasn't going to be small because I knew these things were massive, but I thought the Handley Page was a smaller bomber than it, like the Gotha and things. So I think it might be actually slightly bigger, but Hello. Thank you for watching the stream. Yeah, I also got a couple other kits whilst I was there, and I'll be doing some unboxing videos on them eventually, including, I don't think I can show you right now because I actually don't know where I've put them. There's the Sherman Calliope, which I think is how you pronounce it. It's how some people pronounce it, and I can't think of any other way you would because it's based off the pipe organ. I think. Well, the name is the tank isn't. No, it's 1/72 scale. This is a massive plane. And what was so amazing, although it's so massive, it only needed 2 engines to lift it. Because unlike you've got planes like the Focke-Wulf 200 or the Lancaster, this isn't made out of metal. This is made out of some metal in it, maybe some frames, but mostly made out of wooden frames and things. So it was actually quite light, and most of the skin is actually stretched fabric. And I'm surprised they managed to get that texture on there. They get some stitching on there, which is something that they have on their newer World War One planes, but I never thought they'd have it on here. But I'm glad that they do. Right. Okay, I think you've probably done that bit. We'll let the paint dry. Yeah, it's very big. So I probably shouldn't have glued this, but I got a bit bored of painting. But I've glued this now. I've glued one side together, and that glue really has dried tough. So let's not try to put these apart. But yeah, I'm probably not going to do much rigging or any at all on this model because I don't find it enjoyable. And then at that point, although it would look better, look more realistic, if I'm not enjoying the model, then what's the point of it being a hobby? Okay. I don't know what colours, because the paint scheme isn't particularly clear with what colours you need to paint some of the things. Looks like some of the stuff you paint in the olive drab, which is the main colour of the aircraft, but then it goes inside, so I'll have to look a bit more into that. Let's give it more paint. Top. How, how do you become a Patreon member? Well, there's a link in the stream description. Only joking. Believe it or not, I think it probably. I'd be worried if you did believe it. I don't have a Patreon subscription service thing set up, so you can't. And I know that's disappointing for many of you. But that is the unfortunate truth. And I don't think you want to become a Patreon member anyway, because I don't know how Patreon works. I get the basic idea of it, but not much more than that. Oh yeah, back to what other kits I got. I was talking about that then, and I must have got distracted. I got the Calliope, which is the Sherman tank with all the 5.5-inch rockets, which it's got attached to the top. They look very interesting. And that's the Airfix 176, and they're all Airfix kits. Okay, that's that bit done. Then there's we got the Sherman tank with LCM3, which it's just a regular Sherman tank, which I've already done on the channel before, but it comes with a landing craft, which is the LCM3. It's the Landing Craft Motorized 3. That name annoys me like this one because it doesn't really make sense. But at least I know what it abbreviates to. I have no idea what 0400 means, whether it's like a measurement or sort of dimension of the aircraft in there. But yeah, I've got that, and that's in 176 as well. And then I also got from the Battle of Britain Memorial that we went to afterwards just by the coast. They had Airfix in there, which is good, and I got the Bolton Bull Defiant starter set they had in there, because I've never built Bolton Bull Defiant, and it's an interesting aircraft, quite frankly. And 80 years since the Battle of Britain, so yeah, they are quite cool. They had some of the other D-Day sets. The Airfix do the D-Day anniversary sets, and they're quite cool because one of them, the Sea Assault one, comes with a number of landing craft and a small beach diorama. And there's also the Operation Overlord one as well, which is just a bigger one, comes with the entire German gun emplacement and things. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think we probably don't need to do the ceiling. It has got some brown on it. So we've got that all browned up. And now what we're going to move on to is, well, I need a choice. Do you think make a landing craft for your what, to carry your thing? No, I don't think so, because I don't think it'd be possible. Because what assaults would you be doing across oceans that you'd need that thing? Because as soon as that made it onto any beachhead or whatever, it'd be the biggest target there. Get all your guns on that massive thing. And if you sunk that landing craft, then what you do, you've just put all your eggs in one basket, and then you've lost your massive thing. So I'd say no, but I mean, I can't stop you. I just don't think the logic adds up there. Oh, I should probably spend. So I need your decision on something. So I don't know whether this was how it wants it to do it, but I think you have the option of either carrying I haven't got a clue actually. One 1,650-pound bomb, which is one massive bomb, or lots of smaller bombs. I'm gonna make both anyway because I want bombs. Bombs are cool. Just clean up the burr and that. We'll sand that off in a second. Mega bomb. Yeah, I thought that. So I think the mega bomb was more used in the First World War, which is what I'm going to be doing the First World War scheme because I think I've real no interest. Although it's interesting that it was used after the First World War, I don't really care that much. I've got other First World War aircraft, late war aircraft, and let's put it that bombs are cool. Yes, quote me on that. Let's do the smartest. I found a lot of the so definitely does show its age in some respects. In the fact that there's no locating pins for a lot of pieces, and if they are, they're either just completely covered in flash or really quite bad and don't actually line up correctly. And this is a case of where there are just no locating pins whatsoever, or if there are, they're not doing anything. And now, what piece was that on? Okay. Alright. We don't want to get too many fingerprints on it. Let's just run a bit under the bottom. Okay, I think probably best let that dry. So how's this looking? I'll give that a second. But we have got, where'd they go? Here they are. These small drums that we have to put in. I started painting them a bit, but I'm gonna paint them as I get them in the model, I think. And you make them up. Alright, so let's get them in. So I don't think they're exclusive to one another. So are there any like there are. Oh, okay, so that does work. Let's get a bit of extra thin. Here we are. Okay, get that in there. Okay, there we are. Alright, one of them done. Well, drying. I need to clean them up because there's quite bad seams. And while we've got these drying, we need to work out how we make room for the big bomb. So I think you have to construct it slightly different depending on which one you're doing. Let's leave those there. Alright, so I don't really know what's so I don't see any question marks. Do you just put it in? Because there's that, and obviously I think that just hooks on to that there, and that goes on the bottom. Oh, so you can. Do I put the rest of the bombs in? That's the real question. Yeah, let's put the rest of the bombs in. Let's load this thing up. You know, you can never have too many bombs. Just need to get. Luckily here, we get this sprue here. Just does have all the bombs on it. Yeah. So it's a bit of actually, it's quite a lot of flash. Oh, they do not look fun. We best get started on them anyway. Then we'll glue them all together. Then we'll clean them up later. Need more. That's that one there at least. All right. Okay. Here we are. Real question is, that's not. We're going to need a drop of proper cement, I think. Yeah. No, I don't want it at all. Alright. Okay. Let's pop that there. Oh, hello. Oh dear. It's quite hard to line it up when you've got all the flash on there. I really want this to line up because it looks quite good. But there's a massive gap there. Not actually closing down. So this really doesn't work. Oh well, that I suppose can go to gift like that. Right, let's get the rest of these done. Don't know how many there are, but there's quite a few. Luckily, even if I think it's a case of getting them together, doing a bit of cleanup, and then just getting them in after painting them, because you can't imagine we're really going to see them. Oh shit, that's gone bad. There's a lot of cement there. Oh dear. There is a lot of cement. That hasn't really worked. Well, don't know what happened there. Of course, any questions you'd like to ask? That's going to be a running theme with these. Any kits you'd like me to do, or whatever. Right, let's do another one. We've done 3. We've got 1, 2. We got 5 more to go. Well, nearly done half. How I'll paint these after I've done them. There we are. What's interesting is you get appears to be there's one of the machine gunning positions does not look pleasant, to say the least. You're in front of the pilot and all you have is a small bit of whatever fabric between you and the machine gun bullets coming your way. You're quite very exposed, and I think you're armed with one machine gun, which in the First World War could have seriously been, would have easily been enough to quite badly damage a plane. I mean, the fighter planes were really only armed with 2 machine guns. Right, okay. Right. Oh, no. Okay, here we are. Put that down. Okay, so where are we? We got 2 more to go, and these look all right. They'll definitely need a lot of cleanup, and they're not going to be seen too much, at least. Clean up some of that. Right, last bomb. Come on. It's just simpler to, there's a bit of cement there. We get it in there. And, oh, there we are. Okay, bombs done. All the bombs have been built. Leave them here for now. Now, how are we looking here? These look like they've been done. Let's clear up these burrs on here. Some of the seams. Just broken. Haven't really been glued that well, have they? Okay, we might have to come back to these because these haven't glued very well. We might have to get this one done. Alright. Okay, no, this one's done better. Ooh, flat edge. Now, how are these going to go into the thing? Should we... Now, let's do it in this side. So just go there. Okay. That works, I guess. Alright, yeah. So, okay, let's try deal with this one. Alright. Okay, these are going to go in here now. Just get a bit of cement. Okay. Alright, they're in. Let's make sure they're aligned. Okay, well, if we just leave it like that, I see no reason for them not to just settle on that. Okay. That works quite well. At least that goes together nicely. Airfix time indeed. Where are we looking now? Yes. Let's get some of... Let's look at... Let's move our bombs over there. And let's try do the bits that I couldn't be bothered to do last night. First of all, we need to get that. Where's that piece? There it is. We'll do that bit later, shall we? Because I'm not getting that bit out of that bag anytime soon. So there's a machine gun that goes in the bottom. Let's try do some of the cockpit stuff. So let's. So we don't need that bit of spool anymore. Let's just set some of these bits of spool that I'm not using somewhere else. Got a bomb. Make sure we got our bombs over there. Whether we'll need any of that, I don't know. We'll see in a second. Okay. So, 32. We need. Let's just empty the bits into this back box, because at least they won't go missing from in here. At least. What bits do we need? That might be it. Ah, yes, 32. There it is, the control column. Now, let's cut this out. Be very careful because this is like a delicate piece. Okay. Let's set up my camera as well because I think it's probably a good idea that I film some of this complicated stuff because then I can make a video out of it. And this, I think this video will be reasonably successful on YouTube purely for the fact that it's a common kit and it's an interesting model. So I'll just set up the camera, something like that. There we go, that looks good. Okay, are we all good on the stream? Good. Okay, there we go. Here's our joystick. Control column. Right. So that just, hang on, there's a bit that I can't actually. So it looks like we put something here. Right, so that's not actually going to fit because it's not very. There's a bit of flash. Okay. This is going to be slightly problematic. I say slightly problematic in a very nice way, as it's going to be really problematic. Actually know how I'm going to get that in there. Make sure we're not knocking those. Hello. Oh, not the camera. Too many cameras I've got going. It's just wires. Oh no, okay. We got it. Success, ladies and gentlemen. Success. Okay. Okay. Alright, there you go, that's him. Alright. The real question. So is that it? Is that all we put in there? And then we need to put a seat in with that in. I don't see at all how this could go well. 31 we need. That's 31. Okay. That's useful. We found that straight away. The instructions are sort of collapsing in on me. It's interesting. The shelf that I plan to put this on can't actually hold it because it's too wide. It's 42 centimeters, I think, wide. So, well, that's very big. If you have a tape measure or whatever, you can see the wingspan of this. I just measuring 42 centimeters. Okay. Now, who knows where this bit actually needs to go? I haven't got a clue. Where? I'm sorry. How do they expect me to do that? Not. Oh, I've done this in the wrong way. That's why. Because I probably shouldn't have used this. Let's pull this out. Yeah. That was very easy, that, to pull that out. Let's see. Okay, that will go there. Okay, not too difficult, really, is it? Just need to get a bit of cement in there. Easy. Alright. Just need to make sure. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I think we got that in. We just need to let that dry now. Okay, now I've noticed that the pilot doesn't have any legs. I'm assuming that's because they didn't design the kit for him to actually fit in there. So now the chair. There it is, simple. It's easy. They've actually done this much better than the Belfast kit that I've been working on as well at the same time. Because the pieces for things actually are on the same sprue, really. But I like the way they do it nowadays, where they label it sprue A, sprue B, sprue C, and all that. Because it means if it's A, like 4, you can go to sprue A and then find it. But if it's like 34 and then letter, you have to go through all the sprues. Now, it's actually where? Okay, so you just line that up. Wow. Okay. Boy, do I miss well-made efforts, kids. It's not the worst one I've done, but it's not great either. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright. How's this then? So that's where that will go. Then he will come in here. That's not right. That is right. Okay, now I can see that working. That works all right. It's not brilliant, but now it's a case of, can we leave the men out until the very end? The kit doesn't seem to think so, which is always promising, but I've done it on the wrong side. Please forgive me. That no wonder they asked. I'm doing it sort of backwards, the kit. It's asked you to put all the interior bits on this side, but I've not been doing that. And that, so when I say, I've done it all wrong. All I have to do was glue a seat in. All I've managed not to do. There we are. That actually is a smart system as well. Why am I so stupid? Jeez. Okay. Okay. Now this will work better. We'll need to do some repainting because yes, that works because it was designed to work. Crucial thing. I don't know how that's going to go together at the end because it doesn't look particularly fun. It just should go together all right, hopefully. Okay, so that's that. Right, so we got most of that in. There are a couple 29. Is 29 on the sprue or is it in the box somewhere? It's really, I don't actually know. No, they're too high as numbers. Okay, 29's not there. It's on here. On here. I think you're at. No, you're 30. Oh, I know it's not. It's not 29. It is 30 because 29 is the paint color. Silly mate. I really can't afford to make mistakes like that throughout this entire kit. So we will be here many hours. Drop that. Okay. Probably should have glued in all the interior bits on the side they suggested, but we don't do things like that. I may do it like this. That would be ridiculous, but it could work. Yeah, let's do it like this. Let's just all scrape some of the paint off the bit so we get a good connection. Okay, no, that works well, right? Then grab our cement. Here we are. We're going to glue it out on this side because I think this is where most of the cockpit's going. So it only really makes sense. I've done this all sort of backwards. It would have been easier if I glued those things on this side. But if we think things through, it makes it less fun. Here we are. Okay. So that's that in. Probably a good idea also to get it in here. Is there a decal that goes on this? There is. Okay. Okay. There we are, I think. We'll see about that when we have to do these things together. But getting some of it in there. Because I don't even know if I'm going to put the acrylic in this. I might. Is it? How bad is it? Is it better? Alright. I don't really know what I'll do to fix it, to be honest. Some of these things I don't understand why they couldn't mould on. If they could mould on stuff they have moulded on, then I don't understand sugar. Okay, I think we got it here. Alright. Okay. Alright. I don't know how I'll fix that. Let's give it like that. Okay, that does work together. Just checking the fit of how it all goes together in there. I just wanted to make sure it was all lined up. Right. Okay. So. What are those bits? So these look quite difficult to do. I don't know what. Just to see what bits we're trying to do here. So do we need 60? Is that one of the bits we need? Yeah, we're gonna need 60. Okay, well let's get this bit out. That's not very strong. Okay. 59 and 61 we're gonna need. Grab these. We need 58 as well. Well, that's not next to 59, which is always useful, I find. Well, if you're stating that as facts, then you're not right. You're not right, then, are you? It's not an opinion, is it? Well, I suppose you could argue it is an opinion. But what you're saying, though, is the most effective aircraft. Because how was it more effective than the? Because the Flying Fortress was able to operate in day operations because it had more gunning positions. Although the Lancaster could carry a bigger bomb load, I don't know what the casualty rates for both aircraft is. And also, so you put it up against the Navarro Vulcan. which was used in the Falklands conflict in '82. Well, I suppose if you think that, then you think that. I don't think that. I think the bomber, I think the Mosquito was quite effective, but it couldn't carry as much, obviously, because it only had 2 engines. But for its size, it could carry quite a lot. But then again, aircraft aren't my speciality. I'm more of a tank man myself, so. Well, why'd you say that? Surely the B-17 Flying Fortress, what it was designed for was bombing, right? And it did that rather well. And you have the Super Fortress, which they did later, which is the B-29. And the B-17 could fly unsupported. Yes, admittedly it was weaker, and if it did have fighter support, fighter escort, it was even more effective. So it could shoot pretty much in every direction. But anyway, if you were arguing about German tanks, I might have a better, be more useful. Okay, cleared that. What we'll say about the Lancaster, it wasn't a bad plane. And the B-17, the Lancaster were different planes after all, made by different people with different ideas. So it's like comparing orange apples and bananas, really, isn't it? Because they weren't designed to do the same. It'd be like comparing the Tiger tank to the Renault FT. You know, that wouldn't be a fair comparison because they were both designed at different periods in the war. One of them was designed in 1917, one of them designed in 1941. I mean, you could argue it's been being designed since the 30s, but you can't get into that now. Just clearing up these bits that I'm putting in here, they're quite messy. We've nearly hit the hour mark. Where are we looking? Here. So it's going this way. Therefore, this goes here. Correct? I think so. Although this is quite a soft plastic and it's actually really quite annoying. But I mean, I think it's a bit pointless really to declare anything as the most effective anything of the war or ever. It's like the most effective tank of the war. It's not really the most effective tank of the war because every tank wasn't perfect, and it's like, what are you really considering there? You could argue, the Panther's the best tank of the war. Had a very good gun. It was very fast. Had very good armor. It could take out pretty much anything the Allies had, and receive most of it. So it's very good in that eyes. But then you have to also look, well, yes, comparing it to the Sherman's got thinner armor, has the same size, it's not as powerful, and wasn't nearly as fast. Yet, when you actually look at it, I'd rather be in the Sherman because the Sherman didn't have horrible reliability problems like the Panther did. And so I'd rather be in a tank that was more numerous. They made 50,000 Shermans, rather than however many was it? I don't actually know. Was it 6,000 they made Panther? That's probably not right. Yeah. Okay. I'd best go there, I think. You could argue the fact that the T-34 was the best tank of the war, but then, yes, it was reasonably reliable. It had on a bit of a rock where you couldn't actually fit out under the bottom of the tank. You were stuck in the tank as she suffocated and burnt to death. But yeah, interesting thing about World War II is how you see a bunch of different types of armored vehicles come out and exist, and then really after World War II, they pretty much never happen again. For example, really the tank destroyer. Yes, there were some things used by the Soviets, but not long after the Second World War, they just sort of realized, well, there's really no need for this anymore. Yes, smaller countries operated them because that's what they had. But the big countries realized, well, we have our main battle tanks. I mean, the Centurion, which was British, that was very good. Admittedly, only 18 ever made it into combat at the very end of World War II. But there was no need for any more tank destroyers because we'd got a big old gun in a reasonably well armored tank. Admittedly, we were still using quite badly sloped armor, but there was no need for a tank destroyer version. And the same with half tracks. They don't really exist out of World War II. An interesting fact, and I don't even really know why. I suppose it was there was more effective ways. Armored personnel carriers got more effective, might not have been using track systems or whatever. And the tank became very essential to any operation. But what else do we need to do? Right, let's do this. Right, okay, I got that out eventually. That was attacked far too strongly. And really wasn't necessary. Oh, I've just cut the. Oh, sugar! I didn't want to do that. Oops. This is going to be more fun to glue in place now because. Yippee. don't know how much longer we'll go for. We've been quite productive. That's not right, I don't think. I don't know really how I was. That won't work because that outstretches them. How was this supposed to? What if I went under? That works better. Right. Okay. You got that there. Alright, let's just right. Okay. So where do we want to go? So where does this actually go on the model? There, it goes there. Okay, that sort of sits there. Okay, I can believe this. I can be tolerant of its existence for the effort I had to go through to make that. Okay. We need to do some repainting later because we've got a lot of parts in there that need painting. We also need to do the pilots. Yeah. Some engine detail. Just looking at. Is there anything else we could add just now whilst we're here? Not really. I think that important. I think it's a case of we've nearly got all of this done. Now something goes in there. 64 goes in there. Do we have a 64 anywhere here? So quite a very difficult thing to find. It's 58. That sort of looks like what we need, but we don't need this, of course. Oh, we need that. We need it there. Oh, sugar. I've missed the piece on that one. Oh dear. Come on. It's quite an interesting interior. Right. We need you to go where? Where do you want me to put you? I'm sorry, how do you think I'm going to do that? How? That's not going to work. You've been insane. Hang on, no, let's just quickly bring that off. Right. Oh, that wasn't actually too difficult, and that seems like the seats that the the gunner, the rear gunner, will be sitting on is important. Because I think we might put him in, even if we don't, we got the seat for him. Now we'll just pop this back on the model whilst it dries. And that was lucky. Lucky we did that before it all dried. Okay, that's it. Another thing in. Still need to find this 64. I think it's called. Is that the actual name of the piece? Yeah, it says it's number 64. That is, of course, unless it's one of these. Which it could be. It's not though, not one of the cleared. Oh, found it. Didn't look how I expected it to. Alright. That looks really quite precariously balanced on there. Let's make sure we don't mess this up. Make sure we get it in. Okay, I think we got it there. Well, I think we've been rather successful. We've achieved quite a lot. Significant amount at least. For this stream, got 20 bombs done. Well, 20 bombs. Panzer Dragon, indeed. With Walkington, I think we might end here. Oh, hello. Everybody's commenting now. But yeah. So, goodbye. Thank you for watching. People who just turned up. There'll be another stream, maybe not on this. Maybe on this. But yeah, we've achieved some good things. Halo 3 Rat, indeed. Thank you. Goodbye.